What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big Boss Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about loadouts, the top loadouts right now in Season 5 Reloaded for multiplayer and Warzone. So, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. I appreciate it. Try to give updates as much as I can. So let's go ahead and jump into the weapon part. So this is my rank setup that I typically run at the beginning of every match. Now the Signal 50 is just disgusting in ranked. You're talking about 2 shots to the head and they are down. So that is crazy. Now I run this grip right here specifically for speed. I do want that quick ADS if I can. And then I'm actually running the SZ Heat Source 800. Now you'll see a lot of people running the Schlager Night View. It does give you more speed and stuff as far as ADS, but I prefer to have that mid to long range covered if I need it. And with running the this particular barrel, this particular suppressor, and then running the particular high velocity ammo, I can hit those long shots with that heat source. There was we got a dub last night in ranked. And it wouldn't have come through unless I was able to see the people through the smoke with the SC heat source. So the heat source just helps a lot, and it was a pretty long shot. Now, this is a build that I saw Iceman Isaac have. I don't know exactly how well this is going to perform. I have not completely used this yet, but I plan on using it tonight, and I can give you an update on it. But this just seems nasty. I believe the issue with this is going to be learning to control the recoil. But I think for that close range, because it beats out the Lachmann, it beats out the ISO, it beats out the Vaz, it beats out the Veil. I believe this right here is really going to outperform as far as rank. So I'm going to give this a shot tonight and see how I like this. You will have to forgive me on this. I'm having some latency issues. It's my internet. So there's a couple, see through the dummy. The first one, that one went through the dummy. So, but as soon as my internet catches up, it'll be a little bit better. But either way, the main thing you don't want to forget is the LAC 762. Okay, it's a semi-auto battle rifle. So you're going to always have to swap it over to full auto. Anytime that you get your loadout, make sure you swap it over to full auto. Make sure you swap it or if you drop it, pick it back up or anything like that, you got to swap it back to full auto. Now, I want to cover something right here that I've been asked several times. Why do you guys always get like a second loadout? And the reason for that is for perks, okay? Because most of the first setup that I get, especially if I can't buy my weapons, I'm running overkill. So with my second setup here, I can run double time tracker, fast hands, and high alert. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. So I've got my weapons and I've got the perk pack that I really, really want to use, okay? That way I've got more movement and so on and so forth. So let's get into the other one, the M4, okay? This is an OG rifle here. This is like one of the best things to use as far as mid-range to close to mid-range, okay? It's a very, very handleable gun. It's got great bullet velocity. It's easy to handle. The recoil is super simple. It does seem intimidating at first, especially if you haven't used it before, but once you get this down, you can. Now, if you don't like a suppressor, you can drop the sack and tread on it. It does basically the same thing. You're just going to lose that bullet velocity. But we've got the, I'm running the 60-round mag in Warzone, obviously, because of the TTK difference and all that right now, but got to do a little bit of tuning here. I got my tunes a little bit jacked up. So let's see here. That's my build for the M4. Now the other one is it's a favorite to every Warzone player, is the MP5, which I've got my build right here. Like I said, it's a little bit jacked up too. This is the same build that if you ever watch Expel, this is the same one that he runs. It's a super quick ADS and you have tons of movement with it, okay? So if you're a ratty player, this is especially for you, because you're going to have that movement speed, you're going to have that ADS speed, you're just going to have a lot of speed, and it still gives you a lot of control over the weapon here. So that's another great thing. So now I do have two different LAC builds as far as the sub. So you will see here in a few, I'm going to show you my other build for velocity, basically as like a sniper support. But check this out. This M4 is disgusting. Look at the recoil. Now I do run iron sights. You can always take the high velocity off or whatever you want to do and add an optic to it, however you like to build it. But I'm perfectly fine with the iron sights. And guys, I am on controller, okay? So what I'm showing you here is not like a mouse key player or anything like that. I'm on a standard PS5 controller. That's it. That's how easy this gun is to control, both of them. Now moving on to the next one. This is one a lot of people have slept on. And we saw it get a little nerfed, but I haven't noticed that much of a difference. Maybe one or two shot difference than what it was. But the ISO Hemlock, okay, this is basically the Unchained Fury build. I do have my own tunings for certain things on it, and I'm going to rebuild it for you right here so you can just kind of see exactly what the tuning is in case you don't have the Unchained Fury unlocked. But not too long ago I had a 34 kill solo win in Resurgence, and that's how I did it, was with the Hemlock and the MP5. So but either case, the only downfall to the ISO Hemlock that you're going to notice is it is a 45 round AR. So fast hands is kind of a necessity because you're going to be reloading a lot. But once you get this gun mastered, it is super easy to control. It is super easy to control. It's probably the easiest weapon to have as far as control. But now the Vaznez, this is still a great option, especially if you're very comfortable with the Vaznez. The only issue is it does have a pretty good damage drop-off. So the damage drop-off, I believe, is around 10 to 12 meters. Anything past that point, it's going to feel like you're shooting marshmallows. Now, with the new update and the new weapons and the new ammo, you can always put high-velocity ammo in it and get a little bit more range out of it. But I like the overpress because I'm going to use this up close. And as you can see, you can start, it's got super quick ADS. You can do the hip fire to the ADS, whichever one you want. Hemlock is just, it's just disgusting. It's just a lot of fun. I know a lot of people call it a noob gun. It is and it isn't. There's a lot of OGs that still use it, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Now, the other one I want to talk about is the Kastov 7.62. This thing fries up close, mid-range, and long range. It's probably got the fastest TTK of any AR right now. There may be one competitor. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know the exact stats, but I will say this thing right here, as long as you're hitting your shots, is disgusting. Now, as you see, I run iron sights. Now, you can obviously take like high velocity off and put whatever kind of optic you want on it, which is what I used to run. But after I got real comfortable with using this thing, I ended up swapping it out for high velocity, and I like it a lot better, especially in Fondle and places like that. Now, Ashika Island or Al Mazrah, you're kind of going to want an optic on it. So I kind of swap back and forth. I typically run the AMOP V4, the SZ Recharge DX. So either one of them is what I actually prefer. It's just, with this setup right here, the Tempest GH50, the recoil is very predictable, and you can master it super easy. The only issue, you got 40 rounds. So fast hands is a necessity on it. You're getting less rounds per mag than you do with the Hemlock. So now this one right here, I've been having tons of fun with and tons of success with the Veil. So the Veil, this build right here specifically come from Iceman Isaac also. This right here just makes this so snappy, so fast. The movement is great. It's just so fun to use, and it just totally fries. It fries up close. It fries in the mid-range. So this is not going to have that damage drop-off like the Lachmann Sub or the Vaz or the ISO 45. You're going to be able to just absolutely just tear people up with this thing. The recoil is super easy to master. You play with it a few times, multiplayer, maybe shipment or something like that, get warmed up with it, you're good to go. So let me turn my sensitivity down here. I've got it jacked all the way up. It's the first time I've been on, so I've got it out of whack. All right, so right here is another one. The TTK on this thing is ridiculous up close, mid, or long range, especially the long range. This is where this thing is going to shine. It is actually going to perform probably better than anything else that I've showed you so far, is the Rapp H. The only downfall of the Rapp H, it's got a super, super fast fire rate, so you're going to be reloading a lot, so you've got to make sure you're running fast hands. If you're not running fast hands, you know, you kind of, how's the old saying go, you kind of get caught with your pants down, if that makes sense. So you got to be careful with it. But let's check this thing out. Absolute laser beam. Laser, laser, laser. There we go. All right. Now, let's talk about this one right here. This is still a viable option. It is absolutely not the best option in my opinion, but if you can hit your shots with it, yes. It's very easy to master. A lot of people still run this in multiplayer and Warzone. It's the TAC 56. Now, I got mine basically set up for bullet velocity. The mid-range is really where this gun shines. The close range, the fire rate's a little slow, so you're probably going to get fried. Well, I say probably. You're going to get fried if they hit their shots, if they're running the 7.62 or just anything different than that. So, but this gun is it's still a lot of fun to use, especially if you're getting some decent lobbies. You know, you can just run ragged with this thing. And then here is another sleeper right here that just caught everybody by surprise, and that's the M13B. It got several buffs during Season 5 Reloaded. So this thing right here is just, it's a laser beam. Up close, mid-range, and then it basically, the damage drop-off is like nowhere. So the way it hits in the 40-meter range, it's going to hit in the 80 to 100-meter range, and it's so easy to use. Now, this is the Lachmann Sub build that I use to back up my M13B or Sniper Sport. So this is a bullet velocity build. Basically got it set up for hip fire and bullet velocity, and the reason I do that is a lot of times, like the M13 or the Rapp H will go, I'll just be out of rounds, and whoever I'm trying to eliminate will just need a few extra shots, and the Lachmann Sub right here with this bullet velocity build helps me get those few shots in. You could use something like the Veil or something, which would probably be better, although I'm just more comfortable with the Lachmann Sub, so that's what I use for those long range pursuits. All right, so that's the Warzone builds that I have. Now, let's talk about multiplayer. This is going to be extremely important about multiplayer, and it took me a while to understand. You're going to have speed, because most of the guys that you're going to be playing against in multiplayer, they are going to be cracked out of their minds and know these maps like the back of their hands. I'm not a huge multiplayer player. I play Warzone more than anything, but these are my specific builds. Now, this is an M4 build that's different than the one I showed you earlier. It basically turns the M4 into an SMG. And this thing right here is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. The ADS is so fast. The movement speed is fast. Everything is fast about it. But here's the key. It is super easy to use. Anybody could use it. It is a super easy recoil control build, but you're still getting all the speed that all the other players are getting, especially like the PC players and stuff. So check this out. Look how fast the ADS is on this thing. Look how easy it is to control the recoil. Bam. Bam. I mean, it's just, it's a wonderful build. I absolutely love this build. The Veil build is going to be the exact same. Now, let's talk about the M13B here. Now, we're doing the same thing. This thing still fries, but we're building it for speed and recoil control, okay? Mainly speed. We can care less about the recoil control in multiplayer, especially if we're in those close range pursuits 90% of the time. If we're in the long range, we at least have time to get away. But check out the ADS on this. It's not near as fast as the M4, but it's still a laser beam. Which is one of the great things. Lachmann Sub build is the same build that I showed you to begin with, not the bullet velocity build, but the one like Expel uses. Now, if you're a sniper in multiplayer, this is my setup for sniping. It's the SPX 80. This gun right here, the way I have it built, the rechambering speed is fast, the ADS is fast, everything is just super fast. It just makes everything flow. You can drag scope easy. You can quick scope easy. It's just a lot of fun. Now, the only thing I need to change here is the barrel. I was still using an old Warzone build for this, so let me change this real quick. I forgot to change it. We're going to take the incendiary rounds away. Don't need them in multiplayer. It's one shot anyways. So we're going to tune this. Let's see here. Get some ADS going on. Come on, let's see. There we go. All right, so this is my SPX build. Like I said, it's just super fast. ADS, it's just a lot of fun. Now, I do run ISO 45 with this just because of the extra range with it. The ISO is super nasty still in multiplayer. But I do build this for speed, but I still have that range if I need it. It's just mastering the recoil on this particular weapon as far as the long range. So it does bounce around a lot, but we're getting a lot of speed out of this SMG. So check this out. ADS is super fast. Pretty easy to control in the mid-range. You got 45 rounds to make it count, which I take the mag off, so, you know, I don't have the 45. But either way, the ADS on the SPX is just super fast. It's super fun. It's very predictable. Now, the last one I want to talk about, this is just a stupid fun loadout. This is one that I love to absolutely run all the time. It's just fun. It's the FR Advancer and the Vaz. So the FR right here, we've got this thing 100% built for just speed. That's it. Damage range and all that, forget about it. We're doing just speed. This is for those shoot house games, shipment, black site, whatever. This is the build that I typically use on it, or the M4 build. It's just a lot of fun. We're basically speeding these weapons up super fast, just to get that ADS and the movement speed and all that stuff for multiplayer, because you're gonna have to be able to move quicker, because only a few shots and you're out of the game, you know. So let's check these out. Here's the Vaz. Check this out. Straight from hip, the ADS. Super quick, super accurate. All right, now the FR, this thing just hits like a ton of bricks. I mean, the ADS is super fast. It's just the long range. It's going to hurt you. Unless you master it. It's masterable. But that's basically all my builds for Warzone multiplayer right now, Season 5 Reloaded. I hope you enjoy it. I hope this helps, especially with keeping up with higher ranked players that you're playing against. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. See you next time.